بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله حمدا كثيرا طيبا مباركا فيه والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين وعلى آله وأصحابه أجمعين وبعد. Alhamdulillah, moving on to the Shaykh talks about, we talked about the pessimistic outlook on the future, how people tend to deal with time, and how that pessimism or that that hopelessness about whatever can come in the future can leave them doing nothing. Then he talks about another type of people who look at the future in a different way. And that is just through their hopes and dreams without actually any effort towards accomplishing what they've set out to do. And again, this is something we can look at both from the perspective of the dunya, the life in this world, like the stuff we do in everyday life, and especially the akhirah, right? The hereafter that we have as well. So there are people that have these hopes and dreams, right? And you might have this idea when it comes to dunya that you want to do something, you want to create something, you want to achieve something. But if you don't put any action or any plan or any effort into it, you're never going to get there. So that's what we call hopes and dreams that are just devoid of any action. And in the Quran, that's referred to as amani or tamanni, right? They're just desires that you have, but without any actual plan to get there. And it's different from the concept of raja, where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala talks about you having hope in achieving something. And raja is usually, the type of hope you have after you've put some effort forward. So Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala talks about how, people will, إِنَّ الَّذِينَ آمَنُوا وَالَّذِينَ هَاجَرُوا وَجَاهَدُوا فِي سَبِيلِ اللَّهِ أُولَٰئِكَ يَرْجُونَ رَحْمَةَ اللَّهِ وَاللَّهُ غَفُورٌ رَحِيمٌ. That those who put in the work, right? They believe, they migrated for the sake of Allah, they strived, they struggled in the cause of Allah. Those are the ones that can hope for the reward in the akhirah, because they've already put that work forward. But when he talks about, how people think that they'll just go to Jannah without ever having to do anything, right? Talks about the people of the book specifically that, that they say whoever is a Jew or a Christian, then they will go to Jannah, right? And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala reinforces that that's not the case. So he says, لَيْسَ بِأَمَانِيِّكُمْ وَلَا أَمَانِيِّ أَهْلِ الْكِتَابِ. That it's Jannah is not achieved through your desire. It's just not achieved through your hopes and dreams. Neither of the hopes and dreams who have been given the book, meaning because for them it was, and if you still look at it, right, you're destined to go there because you belong to this group or because you're saved, and so what you do really doesn't matter. So part of that is built into the ideologies that they've developed over time. And so Allah says it's not your desire nor their desire that's going to get you to Jannah. مَن يَعْمَلْ سُوءًا يُجْزَ بِهِ. Whoever does evil will be, given the consequence for it. وَلَا يَجِدْ لَهُ مِن دُونِ اللَّهِ وَلِيًّا وَلَا نَصِيرًا. They will not find anyone to help them, anyone to protect them besides Allah or against Allah. وَمَن يَعْمَلْ مِنَ الصَّالِحَاتِ مِن ذَكَرٍ أَوْ أُنثَى وَهُوَ مُؤْمِنٌ فَأُولَٰئِكَ يَدْخُلُونَ الْجَنَّةَ وَلَا يُظْلَمُونَ نَقِيرًا. And he says, but whoever does good deeds, whoever does acts of righteousness, male or female, and they are a believer, for them they will enter Jannah and they will not be wrong in the slightest bit. And so having this outlook into the future, you want to achieve something, whether it's religious, you want to go to Jannah, you have to do some work, right? You have to put in the struggle. You want to achieve something, you want to accomplish something, you can't just have a dream, you have to put in some work. That's how you get to where you want to go. And so with this, there's a hadith of the Prophet ﷺ talking about the akhirah. He said, Al-kayyisu man dana nafsahu wa amila lima ba'da al-maut. That the intelligent person, the smart person, is the one who takes himself to account. They take themselves to account, and they do things that will benefit them after their death. They do things that will benefit them after their death. So they do two things. They look at where they are now, where they're lacking, what they need to do, and then they start doing those things that will get them benefit after they pass away, after they die. And so putting in the work, putting in the effort, right? وَالْعَاجِزُ مَنْ أَتْبَعَ نَفْسَهُ هَوَاهَا وَتَمَنَّ عَلَى اللَّهِ الْأَمَانِ. Al-ajiz, the one who is unable to accomplish things, right? Al-ajiz is the weak person. The weak person is the one who just follows his, hawa, his desires, meaning doesn't really plan for anything, is just has these useless, meaningless desires. وَتَمَنَّ عَلَى اللَّهِ الْأَمَانِ. And then he's, expecting that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is going to reward him or give him all these things he's hoping and dreaming of, right? And so that's not how it works. There's hard work that's required, and that's what you have to do. And so again, in regards to how we look at time in the future, whether you want to accomplish something in this life, whether you want to accomplish something for the next, which is the ultimate goal, it requires us having a plan and having a course of action, not just thinking that we'll be able to get there, right? That's the kind of stuff that shaitan loves and will come in and then, whisper to you slowly and get you to do nothing. And we ask Allah Azza wa Jal to protect us from that. Jazakumullah khair. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.